The year was 356 BC. In the kingdom of Macedon, a legend was born. His name was Alexander III, but history would come to know him as Alexander the Great. His father was King Philip II, a fierce warrior in his own right. Philip was not only a formidable soldier but also a shrewd strategist and a visionary leader who transformed Macedon into a powerful kingdom. His mother was Olympias, a woman of fiery spirit and noble lineage. Olympias was known for her strong will and her deep influence on Alexander, instilling in him a sense of destiny and greatness. Alexander's childhood was filled with tales of heroic deeds and ambitions of conquest. These stories, often told by his mother, ignited a burning desire in him to achieve greatness and surpass the legends of old. He grew up surrounded by the rugged beauty of Macedon, listening to stories of his ancestors and their dreams of expanding their kingdom. The majestic landscapes and the rich history of his homeland deeply influenced his character and aspirations. Even as a boy, Alexander showed a keen mind and an unquenchable thirst for knowledge. He was tutored by the best teachers of his time, including the great philosopher Aristotle, who taught him philosophy, science, and the arts. But young Alexander was no mere bookworm. He balanced his intellectual pursuits with rigorous physical training, preparing himself for the challenges that lay ahead. He excelled in physical pursuits too. His training included horseback riding, wrestling, and other athletic activities that honed his body and mind. He was a skilled horseman, a fearless hunter, and a natural leader. His leadership qualities were evident even in his youth, as he often led his peers in various activities and games. The story goes that he tamed the wild horse Bucephalus, a feat no one else could accomplish. This remarkable event demonstrated his unique ability to understand and control even the most untamable of creatures. This act showcased his courage and determination, marking him out for greatness. It was a clear sign that Alexander was destined for extraordinary achievements. The legend of Alexander was beginning to take shape. His early life was a prelude to the epic saga that would unfold, a story of unparalleled conquests and a legacy that would echo through the ages. Alexander's education was as important as his royal lineage. King Philip hired the greatest mind of the age to tutor his son, Aristotle. Imagine the young prince eager to learn, absorbing the wisdom of this renowned philosopher. Aristotle taught Alexander about philosophy, politics, ethics, and the power of knowledge. He instilled in his pupil a deep respect for learning and a thirst for understanding the world. These lessons would shape Alexander's worldview and influence his decisions as a ruler. Under Aristotle's guidance, Alexander developed a love for Greek culture and learning. He carried this passion throughout his life, spreading Greek ideas and knowledge wherever he went. The impact of Aristotle's teachings on Alexander cannot be overstated. He learned not just how to conquer but also how to rule and inspire. At the young age of 20, Alexander became king of Macedon. He quickly proved himself a brilliant military strategist. His campaigns were daring, his tactics innovative, and his leadership inspirational. He led his armies to victory after victory, conquering vast swaths of land. His first major victory against the Persians at the Granicus River sent shockwaves through the known world. It was a testament to Alexander's strategic brilliance and his army's fighting prowess. He followed this with another stunning victory at Issus, where he outmaneuvered and defeated the Persian king Darius III himself. The climax of his eastern campaigns came at the Battle of Gaugamela. On this dusty plain, Alexander faced a massive Persian army, far larger than his own. Yet, with audacious tactics and unwavering determination, he led his troops to a decisive victory, effectively ending the Persian Empire. Alexander's empire stretched from Greece in the west to the Indus River in the east. He founded cities, built roads, and established trade routes connecting distant lands and cultures. He saw himself not just as a conqueror, but as a unifier, a bridge between east and west. He encouraged his soldiers to marry women from the conquered lands, promoting cultural exchange and understanding. He adopted Persian customs and dressed in Persian attire, a gesture that, while controversial, demonstrated his desire to rule as a king of all his subjects, not just the Greeks. Alexander's vision was to create a cosmopolitan world, where different cultures could coexist and learn from each other. He believed in the power of knowledge and understanding as a force for peace and unity. His empire, though short-lived, left an indelible mark on the world. Beyond the battlefield, Alexander was known for his charisma and generosity. He was a man of great passion and intensity, known to be both ruthless and merciful. His ability to connect with his soldiers on a personal level made him a beloved leader. He often shared meals and stories with them, creating a bond that went beyond the usual commander-soldier relationship. Stories abound of his bravery, his quick wit, and his deep loyalty to his companions. He was not just a leader, but a friend to many, always ready to listen and offer advice. His strategic mind and quick thinking often turned the tide of battles in his favor. It is said that during the siege of Tyre, when his soldiers were exhausted and demoralized, Alexander himself picked up a battering ram and joined them on the front lines. This act of bravery was not just a show of strength, but a demonstration of his willingness to share in the hardships of his men. This act of courage inspired his men and spurred them to victory. His presence on the battlefield was a powerful motivator, and his soldiers would follow him anywhere, knowing he would never ask them to do something he wouldn't do himself. Another tale tells of Alexander's encounter with Diogenes the Cynic, a philosopher who lived in a barrel. This meeting is one of the most famous anecdotes about Alexander, highlighting his respect for wisdom and different perspectives. When Alexander asked Diogenes if there was anything he could do for him, the philosopher replied, "Yes, you can step aside and stop blocking my sun." This response, though blunt, was a testament to Diogenes' character and his commitment to living a life of simplicity and truth. Alexander, far from being offended, was amused by Diogenes' bluntness and admired his independent spirit. This encounter showed Alexander's ability to appreciate different viewpoints and his sense of humor, even when faced with unexpected responses. In the prime of his life, at the age of 32, Alexander fell ill in Babylon. The exact nature of his illness remains a mystery, but it quickly consumed him. As he lay dying, his generals surrounded his bed, eager for their last orders. To the strongest, Alexander is said to have whispered when asked who should succeed him. His words, whether intentional or not, sparked chaos and infighting among his generals. Without their king, Alexander's vast empire, held together by his charisma and will, began to crumble. Alexander's death plunged the ancient world into mourning. The man who had conquered empires and dreamed of uniting East and West was gone, leaving behind a legacy as vast and complex as the empire he had forged. Alexander the Great's life, though short, was nothing short of extraordinary. Born in 356 BC in Pella, the ancient capital of Macedonia, he was destined for greatness from a young age. He was a brilliant military strategist, a charismatic leader, and a visionary ruler. His military campaigns stretched from Greece to Egypt and into the heart of Persia, showcasing his unparalleled tactical genius. He changed the course of history, leaving behind a legacy that continues to fascinate and inspire us today. His influence can be seen in the spread of Greek culture and the blending of Eastern and Western traditions. His conquests spread Greek culture and ideas throughout the ancient world, ushering in the Hellenistic Age, a period of cultural exchange and intellectual flourishing. This era saw advancements in science, philosophy, and the arts. His empire may have been divided after his death, but his dream of a united world lived on, influencing generations of rulers and thinkers. The cities he founded became centers of learning and culture. Alexander's story is a reminder that one person with enough courage, ambition, and vision can change the world. His leadership style and strategies are still studied in military academies around the globe. He remains an enigma, a figure of both admiration and controversy, but his impact on history is undeniable. Scholars continue to debate his motives and the true extent of his accomplishments. The flame of his legend continues to burn brightly, illuminating the path for those who dare to dream big and strive for greatness. His story is a testament to the enduring power of vision and determination.